Uh, Welcome team. You are able to see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Welcome team. I am super excited to have you all here in this session. All right. The main agenda of this session is to kickstart our new batch, which is batch number 23. Now, this is always in sequence. I have started running these kind of batches. And now I'm grateful that I'm able to complete more than 20 batches with similar pattern and everything. Uh, I usually do only 3 batches in a year. My intent is to make sure that whoever candidates who join me, they are ultimately there at the doorstep of the success. So it's just not a 5 days training. If the expectation is to have something finished in 5 days, no, that's not going to happen. It's not a 40 hours boot camp as well. It's a end-to-end preparation. I'm not a trainer. I am a coach here. You can treat me as a coach rather than a trainer, right? So I'm going to be part of your journey along with you as well. I will be also going through all the stuff what you will be going through, right? And that is the difference between a coach and a trainer, right? Trainer never runs with you, but a coach always run in front of you, as always, right? So that is how this entire batch is going to be, and that is how I take all of my batches. Okay, so this program is a 100 days program, guys. Let me give you a walkthrough through the entire thing, but before that, a little bit about myself. Basically, I am a military veteran who come from Indian Air Force background. So I have served nation for 20 years, and then I became a corporate citizen. I joined corporate companies into cybersecurity. As part of my role in Air Force as well, I was initially into aviation part. I was a flight engineer there, and then later on, you know, because of some injury, I was grounded, and then I had to pick up something, so I started with computers. And that is where I stand as of now. I have total 25 years of experience. In that, 17 plus years in cybersecurity. If I gauge it, pure cybersecurity experience, that is 17 plus years. And I have provided consulting for many of the firm. For example, Accenture. Currently, I'm working with Cognizant. I work with Applied Material also. I have been a CISO for Henson's Group as well. So these are the different roles I have performed in my past, and that is where I stand. Right. In terms of academic, you can see here, I have gone through 3 master's degree. Apart from that, few certifications in my back. Right. You can see CISSP, CSUM, CISSP, quite a few there. Right. So idea is to tell you that you are in very, very safe hands when it comes to CISSP preparation. And then I think this slide is little, little not updated, I can say. I have now trained more than 1,000 CISSP aspirant. I am one of the highest endorser for ISC Square. As per my own calculation, because I keep endorsing a lot of people for CISSP as well, right? And I'm active member of my group, ISC Square and ISACA local chapters and all. And I like being speaker in multiple forums as well. So that is where I stand, right? Sometime back, when I came out from Air Force, I have been more into very, very technical roles. And then I was taking management roles here in companies. I thought, why not should I share my experience with everyone so that, try to help people, help the society, some kind of give back to the society. And that is where this entire program has evolved. And in my journey, Pratima ma'am has joined me and really enhanced it a lot after she has joined. She is very dedicated, member of my team who is taking care of all and everything which is related to you. All the technical stuff, all the training is what I am handling, and all the management part and the administration part, financial part, everything is, Pratima madam is handling. So that is where we stand as of now. Guys, you can connect me over LinkedIn. This is my profile, what you see here in the bottom. Pratima ma'am can also ping you. We also have a LinkedIn group wherein you can join, because joining is going to bring you a lot of benefits. We are going to post some questions on to the LinkedIn group by itself, and that will make sure that you get all those questions which we are posting. And then there will be discussions. End of the day, I will be sending some recording or some text to clarify that answer, right? So be on a lookout. Pratima ma'am will be sending you those links. Immediately, please go ahead and become a member of those groups, right? With that said, let's come back to the topic here, which is the agenda for today. I don't think it need to be emphasized why cybersecurity is in demand. I think everybody of us, we know that, but still, different people may have different perspectives. Sometimes very much, new guys, freshers also, they join my classes, and then they are not having that clear mindset. So if you are a fresher, you are new to the cybersecurity field, please understand cybersecurity is so much into demand, so much into demand, and it is a evergreen field. The demand is going to increase day by day with all those kind of breaches happening, all new regulations coming up, right? All those things, business requirement coming, and clients want more assurance that you will be treating my data with much more security, right? So that is a kind of, there is a baseline which has come when it comes to business operations, right? Cybersecurity is one of the topmost element in that baseline. And that is where there is a huge demand of cybersecurity professionals out, right? Also, we need to understand, right? In cybersecurity, we have so many threats. There are so many threats. It may be an internal threat, it may be an external threat, and a threat just need a small window of opportunity. They just need to hit you one bullet. But as a security professional, as a defense guy, what you need to do, you need to cover your entire attack surface. You don't know from where that bullet will come and hit you, right? And that is where security team, security is required in each and every companies, right? We see that a lot of threats, there is an exponential growth in terms of threats in last few years, especially after COVID, right? And to meet that requirement, there is a real shortage of, I would say, not people. There are a lot of people who can be there in security, who want to come into security. I would say there's a huge shortage of people who are SMEs into security. So we are not here to just become a cybersecurity professional. We are here to become a SME, subject matter expert, right? So that is what can CISSP, as a certification will help you to become. And you will be able to fulfill industry demand. Once you are able to fill it, obviously, once you get your CISSP tag, you're going to be paid more, you are going to be respected more by your management, you are going to, so many good things, right, for CISSP. Now, that is on one side. Now, as a defense, as a security team, when we operate, right, what for the business exists in first place? Is it just for maintaining security? Answer is no. No company is there just to maintain security. Businesses are running due to business because they want business. Whatever their respective areas are, they may be into product companies, they may be into service providing companies. That is their main bread and butter. But in earning that bread and butter, every business need to take some, some portion of risk. Without a risk, nothing can be earned. So every company has to take a certain amount of risk. And with this, versatile threat landscape, it may so happen that your risk, which is acceptable risk for you, it is getting, out of that. And if it is getting out of that and it is hitting the risk capacity of the company, then the company may even go out of market. But what happens nowadays? People are very technical. In cybersecurity, there's no shortage of having technical peoples out there, right? But the main difference between a business guy and a cybersecurity guy is more technical, and the business guy is more, process oriented, and understand the business and all those kind of things. And in such a situation, when two different people have different perspective, sometimes there is a difference in opinion. They are not able to reach to a common page, and that is one of the biggest problem as on today for any organization. So, as a CISSP, right, we are just not going to understand security. We are also trying to understand how security is going to get aligned with business. Business don't need to get aligned to security. It is security which need to get aligned to business. All right. You have to work in such a way so that you meet business requirement, maybe in a better or much secure way, right? And that is where we otherwise that understanding difference will not be there. So that gap is also a big gap in industry, and CISSP is going to fill that. Now, I haven't kept much of slide to keep telling you about CISSP. All of you are here already because you all know that well, right? We are going to talk about the process step, how you are going to get a CISSP certification done for yourself. First thing is eligibility. Who is eligible to get the certification? So you may be a professional or a security practitioner who don't have 5 years of experience. You may be a complete fresher as well, right? Or you may have experience more than 5 years. If you don't have 5 years of complete experience to do your CISSP, right? It may so happen, obviously, because everybody is interested in getting and learning more, right? So idea here is both of the people who don't have 5 years of experience and those people who already have 5 years of experience, both are eligible to go and appear for CISSP examination, right? It is only the time of certification when you pass your CISSP exam and then we go for endorsement process. That is where the requirements changes for these two different categories a little bit. I will talk about this when I come to the endorsement part, right? Next thing, once you are eligible, you understand the eligibility criteria, the very next logical step is you are going to prepare for it. Now, when you are going to prepare for it, there are multiple sources. There is no shortage of sources when it comes to preparing for CISSP. Internet is full of books. Internet is full of questions. Internet is full of individual advice a lot, right? Because that is so much hype behind this certification, right? So out of that, I would say the major, if you need to go pure official content, that is your CBK, Common Body of Knowledge. So this is something which is released by ISSQuire. You can refer it, or else because always these CBKs and all those kind of stuff, they are not so easy to understand. If that is the case, you can definitely pick up Cybex or Sean Harris. So in this entire journey, what we are going to follow, we are going to pick up Cybex. And then at the same time, you need to practice questions as well, a lot. Questions you need to practice, at least make a target of completing 3,500 questions anyways. Right? By the time if you practice these many questions, you will be far more comfortable in going and giving the exam. Right? Then the next thing is, once you are prepared, you need to go and book an exam. And that is where the major problems comes in. I'm very open about it. There is nothing to hide. 10 people who come and join the batches, they understand everything, they are geared up, but I don't know why people are scared of spending money. They think that this is an expense. CISSP is not an expense. CISSP is an investment on yourself. You are going to invest on yourself. That is where I see people hesitate a little bit. Out of those people who take this risk, who actually go to the exam and appear for it, out of that I see almost 90% people they pass CISSP, but rest of the people are lower CISSP because they don't go and book the exam in the first place. That's the challenge, right? So you need to, because you are here in this group, I expect you to make this investment, keep it aside for your CISSP certificate, right? If you are not ready to do it, it is the right time, guys. If you have already enrolled, I can refund your money, not a problem, all right? But once you are here in this group, make a decision that you are going to invest for this certificate, even if it may so happen, maybe 10% out of 100%, you may fail. But then also you need to make a decision that I am going to take this chance. I am here, I will give my best shot to it. And believe me, 9 out of 10 people who come to me, they clear CISSP for sure. If they take the, treat this as an investment and they go and appear for the examination, right? So I am very clear about it, guys. Nothing to hide, nothing to say. This is not a business. So now we are purely into concept. All of you are here because you have all enrolled into the program. You are very much serious about it, right? I am also very, very, clear-hearted on that. The exam fees is 749 US dollars, and plus GST as well. So with the dollar going up, rupee coming down, I think you need to make an investment of around like 75,000 somewhere, if I'm not wrong, including your GST. So that much money keep there with you, right? In the first place. Now, second thing is the exam pattern has changed. From this 1st of June, from last 4 days, the exam pattern has changed. And with the new pattern, Chehak has already cleared it, right? And hopefully she will join today's call. We'll have some questions with her as well. But my overall experience, what I listened from people, it is much better format, right? People are feeling it is easy. Questions, hardship is little reduced. That is what the feedback I got from there, right? So this is a 4 hours exam. You need to attend 125 to 175 questions there in the exam. Now, there may be slight confusion here. If it is 175 or there is a change, even after that, like some more questions you need to attend, I'm subsequently going to give you that clarity. Why I am saying so? Because Chehak recently appeared for the exam and she gave a feedback that she got 200 questions in the exam. So as per official declared number of questions, it is 175, but she told it is 200. So I need that clarity. I have already written an email to the respective team. We are going to get that clarity, and then based on that, we can proceed further. We can plan it accordingly, right? Then this 125 to 175 questions, right? Let's not call it as a question. ISC squared does not call it as a question. They call it as an item. So item bole to, it can be a kind of scenario that has been given to you. They don't treat it as they treat it as an object. That's all, right? So it also includes some research questions. In the current pattern, we have 50 research questions which are there. I'm going to discuss more about it related to the exam a little bit in my next slide. Passing percentage is 70%, and a pass is required in all domains, even though nobody knows what is the internal criteria to pass. But my gut feeling is those people who sometimes, very rarely they fail, they come and give a feedback, sir, I lost in this domain. So if that is the case, we need to understand that you can't skip any of the domain out of this, right? So that's it. Next thing is, once you get your exam done, then you need to go through a small process which is called as endorsement process. This is purely online. In this, you can apply for an endorsement process until 9 months of clearing your CISSP examination. 9 months nobody waits for 9 months, not even 9 days. Immediately people go and apply for it. And in that application, actually, there are two things which you need to consider. One thing is you need to give your supervisor name, any previous manager who can, endorse that you have worked for security, right? Your previous work experience. So that is going to be one requirement. And then second requirement is to get yourself endorsed from a active CISSP who is in very good standing, right? So for that part, you don't worry. If you have the required experience, I'm always there to help you out. Okay. And a very short percentage of this endorsement application, they go for the audit process also. When they go for the audit process, you will get an email. You need to get some artifacts which you need to provide to them, and the audit will close, right? So that is the entire process of getting your CISSP certification. Now, coming on the eligibility part again, right? If you don't have 5 years of experience, you are a fresher, or you have 2 years of experience or 3 years of experience, then what? You are still going to appear for the exam. You are going to clear the exam. But when you endorse for the certification, you are not going to endorse for the certification, rather than you are going to endorse for the membership. Now, what is the difference between certification and membership? So all the CISSP professionals, they have a membership which is given to them, right? And somebody who just has the membership certification, that means he or she will not get a physical certification which will be delivered to them, or a digital certification which will be given to them. But you can always put your CISSP, mention CISSP in your resume for sure. Right? It doesn't stop you to do that because you have earned it anyways, right? It is just that you are going to wait for some more time for your experience of 5 years to get completed. For example, you already have 3 years of experience, and now you cleared your exam. You are going to go for the endorsement process, and in that endorsement process, you are going to document those 3 years of experience. So 2 years of remaining experience is what you need to earn. You will get entire 6 years to earn that 2 years of experience. By the time you earn that 2 years of experience, you will get a certification from their side. So they will convert your membership into certification automatically after that, once you are meeting the eligibility criteria. Now, on the other part, those people who have more than 5 years of experience, all right, they have to showcase their experience in any two domains of security. Now, what is this domain part? There are total 8 domains in CISSP, as you can see listed on your right-hand side, and I have also listed the average weightage for them in your CISSP exam. So if you are related to, in your past, you have been associated with any of the activity which comes under these domain scope, right? You are very much eligible to go and say, okay, I have been involved into security architecture and engineering, and also have been part of, security for SDLC as well. So that will be counted against your eligibility. Who is going to endorse that? Your supervisor is going to endorse that, and the CISSP who has worked with you, the CISSP who is recommending you to ISC Square has to endorse it, and then your application will go through, right? I hope this eligibility criteria and the certification process is clear to you. It's very important. So I will take a quick pause here if you guys have any questions for me at this moment. Else we will proceed further. So let me take a quick pause if you guys have any questions.
Sir, is there any expiry date for a certification, like we have completed it, and after that, do we need to renew it or what?
Very good question. I am going to come on that on my next slide.
Okay.
Any more questions, doubts, gray areas?
Manoj, Abhishek here. Good evening.
Good evening.
Just a quick thing. Above 5 years, is it like someone has to really come from the security domain, or is it like anyone above than 5 years of experience for any XYZ domain can go for this?
Great question again. So the thing is, in many companies, they don't have a security guy as a separate guy, right? Maybe startup and mid-sized companies, right? But it is more on the activities what you are doing. If being an IT guy, you are doing security activities, you are also taking some responsibility for security as well. You can definitely go and showcase that.
Okay.
Right? Only thing is, your supervisor should acknowledge, yes, this guy has done this. This guy has, been part of security. He has performed security work. Because
And for
it's very difficult to, put a thin line between IT and corporate security. In big companies, we may have different teams, but for mid-sized companies, for startup, it is very, very difficult to do.
And also, Manoj, see, is it like for getting an acknowledgement, someone has to be there from the core background, or it can be anyone in order to get an acknowledgement from the supervisor? If somebody is working on a hands-on kind of a thing, then there is an issue, or probably I mean to say acknowledgement can be done, right?
Your supervisor is going to when you are filling up your endorsement application, you are going to write in your in your endorsement application what all activities or domains you have been associated with. And if your manager is convinced, if he validates and he is convinced, then it is going to get no problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Great question again. Any other questions, guys, before I take on other slides? Or else we'll have some Q&A session at the last step.
Hey Manoj, this is Prajit. So just wanted to know, actually I have heard we need to maintain some credits in order to maintain our CISSP certification. Can you just throw some insight on that? I don't have any idea.
Don't worry, that is going to come into my next slide. So we are going to cover that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So I think at this point, everybody is good. So let's go and talk a little bit more about it, right? Now, until this time, we are doing a process to get your certification done, right? But you need to, once you get this certification done, then after that also you need to maintain it, right? So the first thing, let's talk about the hurdle here, right? That is your examination, right? Let's talk a little bit about that examination first. Recently, there has been a change into your examination because that is just a very, very fresh change. It just happened on 1st of June 2022. So earlier, there used to be questions from 100 to 150. Now, they have increased it from 125 to 175. Right? That means the number of pre-test items. What are these pre-test items? So they're mixing your questions with some research questions, you can see. And those research questions are not going to contribute towards your success or failure. They are just there because they want to see how well those questions are performing. And it also brings in some kind of randomness into your entire exam, right? That is the objective before putting these pre-test items. You will never know if this is a pre-test question or it is a question which is going to be scored for you. So for you, it doesn't make any difference. For you, it is, I am going to get from 125 questions to 175 questions anyway. You need to get prepared for that. Plan your timing accordingly, right? So that is a major change which has come. So another thing is they have increased 25 research question, you can say, in the examination, but at the same time, they have given you 1 hour extra, which is really great. Because how it is impacting you is earlier, if you do the calculation for every question, you were getting somewhere like 72 seconds to answer one question. That is one plus quarter a minute, right? Now, in this new pattern, you are going to get 10 seconds extra. So you're going to get 82 seconds for each and every question, which is really great. right? So this pattern is actually good, and we are still yet to get more and more feedback on this kind of, exam pattern, which has very recently come. But we are fortunate enough, one of our candidate from our batch, she has already cleared CISSP after 1st of June, and hopefully she will also join. She also joined for the previous batch to motivate guys. Also, I think she will join today as well, right? So we can ask more questions. Now, in this, you might have seen very important perspective, which is 100 to 150. Is there an examination wherein they say the number of questions are not fixed? They are almost 99% always fixed, but that is not the case in CISSP. Based on how you perform in the exam, how you answer your questions, based on that, number of questions may vary for candidate to candidate. And why is it so? It is so because they are having a algorithm which is working in the back end of the question paper wise. So each and every option you answer, that will be immediately evaluated dynamically, and based on that, the next question will be thrown to you. So there is something happening at the bottom of the floor, right? You don't know, but you need to understand that this is a computerized adaptive test. If the number of questions you are going to face in the exam, they are going to exceed maybe 150, 125, right? Don't panic, because this is how the entire algorithm actually works, right? So that is how this works. End of the day, once you do your certification, the biggest and joyful thing is you are going to proudly say, I am a CISSP, right? So as you can see here, 2 certifications, both belongs to me only. I cleared my CISSP in 2016, and then in 2017, I officially got my certification done, right? So after 3 years of my certification, there is a renewal of the certificate. And if I don't go and renew my certification, automatically it is going to get expired, right? And if it expired, I need to reappear for the exam. But if you are maintaining 2 things, right, on an yearly basis, there is a annual maintenance fees. If you are going to pay to ISSP on an annual basis, $125, right? That means you are maintaining your annual maintenance fees. Good, you are good enough, right? Second thing, along with your AMF, you also need to showcase to ISSP that you are advancing and progressing in your field, because that is one of the ethics they have. They want that all CISSPs should continue their learning process. To do that, all the CISSPs on an annual basis, they go and submit some CPEs. That is continual professional education points. You appear a webinar, you appear for a training, you are writing a book, you are educating people, right? All those kind of stuff. You can go and, you can endorse, you can put it onto the membership portal, you can showcase all that, and then they will approve, they will validate and approve, and that will be counted against your CPE. Along with that, ISSP on their website membership portal by itself, they give a lot of trainings free for you, free for the members. All those trainings also you can attend, and automatically your CPEs will increase, right? So that is how, if you are maintaining AMF, you are maintaining your eligibility criteria for your CPEs. If you are maintaining these 2 things, then automatically after 3 years, your certificates will get renewed, right? But these CPEs and AMF, these need to be submitted every year, right? And how many CPEs? In total of 3 years, you need to submit 120 CPEs. So every year you need to submit 40 CPEs, right? So that is how you can maintain your certification for this particular designation for the entire life. There is no stopping. You don't need to go again and get certified. Not required. Does that clarifies, Abhishek? Abhishek or somebody, Pradeep, I think came with this question, right?
Yeah, fine. Thank you, Manoj.
Great, guys. So let's proceed further. I want to be very clear on the hard part of it.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Okay, when you talk about CPAs, okay, 40 per year, right? So what are the different ways we can get the CPAs? Like, what are
There's
the
so many
sources?
places. There are so many. There are webinars you can attend, any kind of training you can attend. There are a lot of things which are listed. Once you get your CISSP certification done, there is a big list given out there. They are very good website. You just hear them, and they will automatically be credited against you. If the website in the backend is not crediting for you, you can go and endorse that, take a snip, and put it on your portal to get it done.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about some hard reality here, right? I am not a guy who's going to polish anything. This is everything in front of you, right? Top reasons why people fail in CISSP. Okay, so there is a risk. Now we are here, we are taking a project. This is not an operations, guys. I want you all to difference what is the difference between a project and an operations. You have to treat this 100 days as a project for you, because project has a defined start time and end time for that. Okay, so first thing, treat it as a project, and every project has risk. So this project also have risk. It is very open, right? What is the risk? Risk is if you fail. End of the day, if you fail, I'm not saying you are going to fail. Almost 90% people who actually go and appear for the exam they clear, but it may be, you never know. Nobody can promise that, right? So you may fail. If you fail, you are going to lose out your complete money. That is 745 US dollars plus your GST. So always make a big heart, keep it ready, because in life, without a risk, you are not going to get anything. You have to play that gamble at some point of time, right? And we are going to play a very intelligent gamble. We are not just blindly going and playing any gamble, right? We are going to get prepared for it, and then we are going to hit the gamble, right? And likelihood in any exam, everybody knows it is always 50-50%. You have 50% chance of clearing your exam, 50% of losing your exam. So that is the hard truth which I need to put forward. If you are somebody who is not ready for this investment, not ready to put your effort, you can quit now. Very honestly, you can quit now. I will not ask a single question. I am going to be your coach for the next 100 days, 200 days, whatever you want, right? But I want you to have this strong mentality. If you have that weak mentality, it is not going to go through. It's going to be a pain for me. It's going to be a pain for you, right? So my humble request, if you still stuck in that zone, come out of that. Have that courage. Put that effort, time, and investment in ready for you. Okay. Next thing is, if you get CISSP success, then the return or the reward is much more than what you are going to lose. That's for sure. Once you get your CISSP done, people are going to see you with a lot of respect. You are going to get new job responsibilities. You are going to get so much thing, high earning and all those kind of stuff, right? And over to all this, forget about all this. This self-confidence you are going to generate is huge after getting your CISSP. You can yourself proudly say, I am an SME in security, right? So you need to have that mentality, guys. Do that cost-benefit analysis. If you feel like you are not fitting in there in this scale, you are free. I am going to straightway refund you your money, not going to ask you a single question, right? So very straightforward. Now, that harsh reality we understood, but let's now do a root cause analysis. Why people fail in CISSP, right? One big reason why people fail in CISSP is using too much stuff. You go to internet, search CISSP resources, you will get bugged up with so much stuff. Nobody knows how is their quality, what kind of quality they carry, right? you are going to get some questions, going to practice that, and you never know, is it going to demotivate you further, or the question itself is wrong, right? The option itself is wrong. You are reading a wrong book in that case, right? So you have to be extremely cautious of this. For next 100 days, don't get. There was one guy who joined my batch, and it was very difficult to deal with it. Every time I start teaching, he used to say, sir, that website, here is this resource, here is that resource. मैं उसको बोला, भाई, you don't need any resource. Focus on what I say. You just need to focus on what I say. Do it, guys. It is tried and tested method. Just believe on your coach. Nothing else is required. Right? Don't break your heads into too much searching on internet here and there. Nothing will come. There are a lot of mind map you will get from people who have prepared it. But are the mind maps really going to help you out? No, they're not going to help you out a single bit, because this is not coming from your mindset. This is not coming from your understanding. You are not going to remember it anymore. You need to create your own mind map, guys. Right? That is what I'm trying to say. So be cautious. These are the rules for our batches, right? You don't go with so much of stuff. Itna sara book nahi chahiye. Just pick up one book, go with my videos, and I will already tell you what all other good resources you need to refer, because they are really good. They are tried and tested, and then we can try. Trying to memorize everything, that is another challenge, and main cause why people fail, right? They think it is an academic exam. I just need to go through book. I need to remember markup things, remember these values, these port numbers, this and that, and these models and all that. Not required. See, it is not a fill in the blank paper, guys. It is an option-based exam. Option-based exam, if it is there, why you need to memorize everything? Why you need keeping everything on top of your head? Not required. What you need instead of memorization is you need to replace your memorization with recognizing. You need to recognize. If there are 4 options, you are able to recognize, you are done. That much is only required. So don't overburden with yourself with so much of memory stuff, this and that, and get bugged up because of that. That is why people start preparing for CISSP and then they leave it in the middle. So don't do that. Next is lack of visualization or relating to work. I told you one concept, and then what you do, you don't relate. You just try to, okay, Mano sir has told this thing, let me remember, let me make some keywords. No, give it a thought. Give it a thought how this might already be happening in your company. Trying to relate it with work. And once you are able to relate it with work, you are converting a memory or an information into your knowledge. That need to happen, right? Put some time, put everything aside, take a blank paper, sit and write. Okay, this concept, this is how this may work. You want some kind of validation, you want extra use cases, I am always here to help you out. Do it, send it across to me, I will give my own suggestions to you. Right? Wonderful, done. That is how, if you are able to make a real life scenario of a particular security thing, then you are never going to forget it, right? So don't memorize, relate to work, right? You have to visualize that. Then another challenge is sometimes people, they believe their work experience is the best and they already know the concepts and they don't focus on CISSP, whatever written in the books. Because they know I am already from this domain, why I need to go through. Actually don't. There is a certain way in which a particular task needs to be done. But when it comes to real-time implementation, few companies go little deviation this side, few companies go deviation this side. The actual task, actual way of doing a security practice sometimes differ from company to company. And whatever you might be practicing in your company may already be deviating from standards. And when such a scenario comes in the exam, you tend to go on your experience because that is human nature, right? You tend to go on your experience. So you need to understand that whatever you are doing in your company may be right, but it may also be not right. That is why you need to get a baseline thing, baseline practice, which you need to pick from ISC square. Their expectation, their concept, right? So that is very important. At times, I have seen few people who are overconfident as well, and I have seen them, struggling in the paper as well. So most of the time, it will not happen. Most of the time, it will not happen that you are overconfident. You may be underconfident, but it is very rare to see anybody overconfidence. But if you are from that 1% or 2%, that can be a problem, even though little rare. Okay. Next is not practicing questions. People sometimes don't practice enough questions before going for CISSP exam. And what happens there is, this is US based exam, and they are all native speakers. Sometimes so English, like it will be just like a jalebi kind of thing, right? Goal. So what will happen is, because we are not native speakers, sometimes we are stuck in language. And that is where practicing more and more questions will help you validate your comprehension. First thing, I will also tell you guys a framework to answer question right. I have made a framework on that. As we go along into our process, I will tell you those things. Okay? Also, when you practice more options and you validate out of them what is right, what is wrong, that means you are cross-cutting your knowledge. You are cross-verifying your knowledge. So that gives you more. Notebooking exam. I told you how big is that a challenge for me as a coach. I do coach people a lot, but I don't know, it may be a pain. That is how I'm, very open to you guys. People, I don't know why they don't go and book the exam, right? Another thing can happen when you are giving the exam, sometimes anxiety, because maybe of multiple reasons, you came late to the exam center, you are not focused, you have something running in your mind, you are too worried. Forget about all that. Go neutral in the exam, always. Otherwise, that will impact you. Focus is another important thing. Sometimes few things running in your mind can definitely impact you, right? And that happens. That's very, very practical, right? And then time management. End of the day, time management is very, very important. Don't take 5 minutes for a question anyways, right? Just calculate a threshold. Okay, this is the average time which is given to me. And for example, 82 seconds or 90 seconds, whatever, right? I am not going to wait more than 130 seconds on a particular question, right? Maybe 1.5 minutes or something, right? So you make that kind of threshold. And don't worry, even if sometimes this exceeds a little bit, it's okay, because exam will be a mix of little difficult questions and little easy. There will be straightforward questions as well, right? Very, very straightforward. In one single go, you are going to answer the question right. So you are going to get a mix. So that time will get compensated there. Manage your time well. That's the key, right? So we understood failure, we understood root cause of it, and then we also need to understand what may go wrong in next 100 days, what you need to avoid. So I have listed down some risk scenarios here for you guys. Okay. All of you, I tell you, are going to get little out of your comfort zone, including me. Guys, I'm not keeping myself out, because security is a big thing. It's a big beast, right? And nobody is a champion of all the domains, not including me. I also don't consider me as a champion or somebody. I am also learning just like you guys are doing, right? So there will be unfamiliar domains which you have never worked on those domains, and you need to go through that and make yourself comfortable. How you're going to get more comfortable? And you repeatedly go through those videos and those stuff, right? And ask me more and more questions there. So more you dig me, the more I'm going to give you, obviously. So be curious, ask more questions to me, validate me, hit me hard so that I can give you more and more, right? As simple as that. So that is going to be the first risk scenario. You need to, manage this challenge. Second one is too much stuff made me pissed off. CISSP, I tell you, is not a rocket science at all. It is not a rocket science at all. It's not something very, very difficult. We are not going to do any kind of hands-on, guys. We are just trying to understand things from a concept perspective. We are going to touch it. We are going to see it, how it looks and feel. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it good for security? Is it bad for security? How it can be bad for security? How it can be good for security? So we will pick a particular subject and ask and hover around all those topics around it. But we are not going to get into that. We are not going to do a some kind of hands-on those kind of activity. No, we are not going to that technical level. So don't worry. For those people who are not so technical in nature, don't worry. This certification is still there for you. If you have management capabilities, you understand. You are able to understand the big picture and understand the risk. You are done. You are a CISSP, right? So you need to have that mindset. Don't get bugged up with so much of different concepts which are going to come to you. Obviously, there are. You are going to be a SME on security. That means you are going to learn each and every corner of the ground. I am going to get you run from pillar and the post and all the corners. But end of the day, you will enjoy it and you will learn it and feel much more confident what you were earlier. Right? That is my promise to you. After your CISSP, after this training, when you go for attending an interview, the way you speak will change. Samne wala, if they are going to give you 25 lakhs package, he will talk, no man, we can't pick him in 25. Let's say 35. So that level of confidence is what you are going to get from this training, right? So don't get pissed off. Take things easy. That's the fun here, right? Not able to gather and summarize. Obviously, when there is so much stuff, right, spread across, you are not able to conclude, you are not able to summarize. That's a common challenge. And that will happen with you as well, right? And for all these challenges, I have solutions. Don't worry, I already have solutions to that. But please remember, if you're going into that zone, understand, now I need to refrain myself, I need to follow certain practice. I can tell you the best path, but I can't follow you, right? End of the day, you are going to follow it. So you are going to gather a lot and then summarize by making some mind maps. I am going to also teach you how to make mind maps. Okay? Those are very much required. Next challenge is reading is boring. Yes, obviously, for me also reading is boring. But we don't have an alternate, right? But we can do one thing, guys. Instead of going from line to line, we can follow a smarter approach. We can be smart enough to read a book. We should first learn how to read a book before reading a book, right? I will tell you that how do we need to do that, okay? And then how you make notes is also very, very important. Just not reading CISSP, we also need to be master of other things as well, right? So we are going to talk about that as well, right? Sometimes it may so happen that there is an unfamiliar domain and then you are stuck in a topic and you are spending too much time into this and then you get frustrated. Don't do that, please. If you are stuck, it's okay. Take it easy. Keep it aside. Note it down. Come back to me. I'm here to help you. Right? Don't struggle too much, spend too much time on a particular problem you are stuck with. I am there. What for I am there? You come back to me. I am going to help you on that. Right? So don't do that. I can't memorize so much stuff. Obviously, you are going to cover so much stuff, you can't remember. You are not computer. You are not robot here, right? You are human beings. We are going to learn a way of processing things. As a security manager, as a security advisor, you need to take input, process it in a certain way by applying a particular approach and then give the output. Does a software who process data keeps data with itself in the application and not in database? No, right? We are also not going to do that, right? But there are certain rules, some metadata which you need to keep with you. Obviously, there will be new things like, for example, if you are not very familiar with network domain and you are stuck with network domain, some theoretical part, right? You need to make certain cheat sheets for that. And I will tell you also how to make those cheat sheets as well, right? So that in your entire CISSP, you should not be having more than 5 cheat sheet at all. If you are making more than that, that means you are overloading yourself. Don't do that. Okay, that's a warning, I tell you. Just follow my style. These are very, thought things, deeply thought things, which I am coming out to you guys. Right? This is my experience, my earning from last 5 years I'm sharing with you. Okay, by teaching people. I lost my pace, personal work, commitment. Yes, that will happen. In these 100 days, it will happen. There are few students, right? Ashok sir from my last batch, he was hit by a medical urgency. There are other people who have some other priorities also. Sometimes your work, sometimes you're switching jobs, sometimes your family issues will keep you away, right? But it is your strength how you are going to come back and hit it even harder. Every time you get deviated, hit it harder, right? Don't get off the track for a long time. If you get off the track for maybe 10 days, that means you lost, you discontinued, right? Don't let happen that for 10 days. If it is exceeding 10 days, let me know. I can try motivating you, give you some tips, give you some mentorship on that. Okay, but don't let it happen. Okay, so that's very good. Don't get time. Few people may complain, I don't get time. Guys, time is always there. Time is always going to be 24 hours, and we all have to work within that. It is more on your time management and prioritization. I will tell you one straightforward thing. Whenever you are reading CISSP, don't ever read it on your office laptop. If you are reading out of your working hours, if you are working during your working hour, you get some time to it. But if outside your working hour, you are still using your office laptop for preparation, not a great idea. Because the moment you sit on your office laptop, your email will come, some pop-up will come, some Teams, this thing will come, and then you will go in a different direction. You are going to distract it. Whenever you are reading, keep everything aside, even your WhatsApp also silent, right? At the max, when you have a confusion on a particular topic, you can go to Google. You can go to Google, but understand how many level of search I'm going to do. Maximum 1 or 2. Don't go beyond that, because we already have everything with us, right? If you are going beyond that, that means you're getting more than 1 inch deeper. And that is where you may stuck up with a particular topic and you may forget about other. Your case will get impacted, right? So that is also very important thing I am going to tell you. I have a monkey's itch. What is that monkey's itch? आज इधर अभी उस पेड़ पे फिर उस पेड़ पे one tree to another tree, jumping here there. Today I have CISSP as my priority. Tomorrow I will have something else my priority. I will say I'm going through cloud. One another day I will read something. I'm getting impacted or I'm getting influenced with so many factors around me, and that will never help me to get stabilized. And if you do that, never ever you're going to complete this project. So please educate yourself, keep it in mind. You can take a snip of this slide, make it as your thumb rule for your next 100 days, guys. Take a snip. I recommend you take a snip, take a printout, paste it in front of you. Okay. Next thing is, I lost my cool. Sometimes it may happen that you are demotivated, and there is nothing unnatural about it. Nothing at all. It happens with me as well, right? At times we get demotivated. After all, we are human beings. Sometimes you lose your cool, man, how much? Now I'm done. That is where your coach can come into picture and help you. That is where I can come and help you for sure, right? The moment you feel like you are getting into that zone, it is your responsibility to let me know. And if I don't help, that's my mistake. But It never happened that somebody reached out to me, I have not helped him, right? So make sure during this journey, don't get demotivated. People will come and say you 100 things, negative things about something, right? Don't hear to those people. Always keep a positive word in front of you as an always, right? I am tired, you are never tired. When you are done with 50 dips and you feel like now I am completely exhausted, that mental power gives you additional 10 dips. That is the beauty of your, everything is there within us. We just need to motivate us, right? So guys, not many theory here, right? Sorry about that. But I think this is very, very important. These are the golden thumbs rules for our project. So you can take a snap, keep it with you guys. So I wanted to clarify all these things in the first day itself. If you feel like this is a risk for me, I am not aligning to this, most happy guys, just put a drop, let Pratima ma'am know, me know, they're going to refund your money straight away. If you are only ready, then only come and take a risk with us, right? Very straightforward. Okay, next thing. So what do you do instead? What is the right way to do it, right? Structured learning plan. We are going to have a very, very structured learning plan. I will show you how. Learn the subject. Just don't think I need to get certification every time certification. Forget about certification, man. Talk about knowledge. If you are going to learn, automatically you are going to get certified, you are going to get respected. I have seen CISSPs who are CISSPs, but they are not respected because they don't have that knowledge. Over a period of time, they are not growing themselves. Right? Taking a tag is not one thing. Maintaining a tag also is a big thing, right? So you need to get into that. Learn the subject. Take some time to, don't try to memorize everything on top of your head. Try to recognize, try to make it real, try to relate it to the real-time scenario. And when you do it, you don't need to memorize anything, right? So that is the way to do it. Then I already told you, many people, they come and say, I have so much of experience in this domain. Why should I read this? You must read it, guys, because this is ISC ground, right? ISC is the one who is sponsoring this certification. You need to get aligned with their thought process, right? So sometimes you may hit your head, but you need to finally come to the ground with ISC square. How do they think? Even if you have done some ISACA certification also, ISACA thinks a little differently, ISC square thinks differently. Sometimes you will break your head, right? It has happened with me because I have done both certification to both the side, right? But you have to go to the ISC square way because now you're doing their certification. Okay. So little bit of motivation. Now, way to go. Take it easy, guys. CISSP is not very hard. There are few members in this group who have already been attending my class for my previous batches because they joined the batch in the middle. So they just joined from where they were. I think, guys, any one of you, did you find it is very difficult? CISSP is very difficult. Is there any previous guy who has joined? I think Nandita is there, Dheeraj.
No, sir, it's not that difficult.
Not at all, right? CISSP is not that difficult. Don't get into that mentality. People make it difficult. If you go on the internet, search few things, they will make it so difficult for you. Sometimes the things, if you do it something in a right way, it is very easy to do. But sometimes we mess up with that and then we think like it is very difficult. This training is going to shape you up. I am going to run in front of you. I am not a trainer. I am a coach, guys, right? I am going to go the entire stretch with you. Okay. So I am going to train you. I am going to tell you where you are lacking and all those kind of stuff. We have a very set project plan for 100 days. Your progress will be tracked. I will show you how we track all those kind of stuff. We also are going to go to that level on what day you need to cover what videos you need to see, right? All that kind of guidance is there. Then refer only one book. That is my recommendation. Go only with CIBEX. Every person you go on internet search, they will say, I go on 2 times with Sean Harris, 5 times with CIBEX, 3 times with CBK. Nothing required, man. Make your life simple. I tell you, you are going to clear it still, right? If you understand the thing the right way, if you comprehend it rightly, then you don't need to go with multiple times with different books. If you have a joy of reading, definitely you can go. But I don't think you need that. Practically, you also need to practice questions in parallel. Don't think I'm going to cover everything and then I'm going to practice. By that time, what will happen is you cover domain 1 and now you're going to practice, you will feel like, man, I don't remember anything. So you need to get some information. I think Chad told yesterday also, right? Information is one thing and knowledge is one thing. When you validate your information, then only your knowledge comes, right? So that way, you need to validate your understanding, your knowledge by the side in parallel, because you just have 100 days to do it, right? So we need to follow that. And my last suggestion is don't hear too much. Don't hear too much people saying about CISSP, right? I known people, right? वो पूरा चीजों को इतना difficult करके लिखेंगे, all those kind of stuff, they will make your life miserable. Don't focus on those buzz coming out from everyone. Whatever I tell you, focus there. That's enough. So now here it is, exam objective. Why at all CISSP is failing few people, why they are passing few people, why they have such a difficult exam, right? Answer is here. The end objective of CISSP is not to validate your memory. They don't want to see how sharp you are. They want to validate the amount of risk if the candidate is tomorrow permitted to, take some information security decisions. Is this guy thought process is right or wrong? If they give if a CISSP take wrong decision every time, that can cost a company a lot of money. And US government has endorsed this certification. This was the first one to get endorsed, right? So US government, federal government is going to, do some outsourcing of work to different contractors. They want that these contractors, those people who are in security, they should be very ethical in their behavior and they should be knowledgeable. They should be able to take right decisions. That is where the entire concept of the CISSP came in, right? That is the basic requirement. So once you go and attend your certification exam, that is where they are validating if this guy thought process is right or wrong. So the more emphasized is on two things, your security sense and common sense. Sometimes if you are too much into books, you read everything, but you don't have the required common sense, you are going to fail. So you have to make a combination of your common sense and security sense. That's very, very important. All right. So that is where, if the candidate is able to score 700 points, that is the criteria they have set. And if you have the required experience, then they think like, yes, there is always a risk in giving CISSP to a guy, right? This designation to a guy, but that risk is at their acceptance level, right? So that is the real objective of the exam. Now, few quick inputs, right, to set your mindset in the right direction. First thing, end game is to minimize the risk. Why cybersecurity exists in first place? Because end of the day, companies want that somebody should manage my cybersecurity risk. My business should not be impacted because of risk, right? That is why. If that risk is not there, nobody is going to ask you as nobody is going to pay you anything, right? We all will lose our job, right? So the end objective of entire whatever you read in next 100 days, whatever you learn in 100 days, is to minimize risk for the company. It is just not about knowledge, but the perspective. The entire CISSP exam, I told you, don't memorize, Don't go after too much of memorization. Make only 5 pages cheat sheet, not more than that, because more everything they are testing is your perspective, right? So that's very important. Think like a manager. When we say think like a manager, what does that mean, right? There are security practitioners and there are security professionals. What is the difference between them? A security practitioner is only practicing one particular area, right? Just focus on one area. They may be excellent in doing centered configuration, doing firewall configuration, those kind of stuff. But a security professional is somebody who understands the bigger picture. And then his thought process is to eliminate gaps. They will not get into troubleshooting. They will think, what is the problem with the process? I should not go and fix the tool. Rather than fixing the tool, I should fix the process by itself, right? That kind of mentality you need to have. Because in your CISSP exam, sometimes you may get two different type of options. And one is more into technical part, which looks very much true. There may be another option, which is more on process oriented, getting things right completely. So go for that, right? Eliminate the root cause so that the same problem does not happen again. That should be our. Security is there to support business all the time, right? We are not here to, become giants and, we are security guys. We'll not let you do this. We'll not let you do that. No, that's not a focus here. You are being hired to support business. If business come and tell you, we are going to use a mining software. Now we have a strong urge of this. We need this to enhance our business. And then you say, no, mining software, man, what you are talking? This is not permitted at all. Is that going to work? No, right? I'm not saying you permit them using the mining software. What you need to think as a security professional is, what is the other alternate? I can suggest them. That is where the real brain comes. You need to give them the right direction, the right path to do certain tasks. Maybe a valid software, maybe from a well-known vendor by itself, and you do the validation on that, and then you suggest, now this is permitted, this is licensed, use this within this lab environment, don't use this, don't distribute this software here and there. So you are going to still make the business enabled with your recommendation, right? That's the part here. You need to learn that skill, right? Then, security is there to support business, focus on improving the process. I've already spoken to you guys. Human safety is utmost. There is nothing more important than human safety, right? It's a big risk for any company if human safety is impacted. How it can be impacted? You will say, man, we are into software development. How it is going to impact somebody's human life? It can impact. You may be designing a particular software that will operate SCADA, and SCADA machines and all, they are there to operate physical machines, and those physical machines are working around people. If the software is corrupted, somebody may get harmed. It can happen, right? Another thing can be Ukraine war. There may be multiple, facilities impacted, those kind of things impacted, and people, people life is at stake. Once an employee life is at stake, company has to pay money, right? Financial, all those kind of stuff. So human life is very, very important. Always keep it at the top. Anything which can't be measured can't be controlled. If you are not able to measure risk, you can't control it. First, you need to do an evaluation. Identify risk in any of the area, then evaluate it, monitor it, and take a right risk response for that. Okay, those things are important. And guys, ultimately CISSP is a journey, not the destination. I am teaching CISSP for 5 years. I am still covering this journey. I am still in this journey, right? CISSP does not mean एक बार certification हो गया तो आपका हो गया. No, not that way. CISSP, the learning curve you're going to go now itself is a big thing for you. Every day you will learn, you will push yourself to learn something new, which you never learned, right? That itself is a joy. If you enjoy the journey itself, automatically your end result is going to be good. So that's the way to go. How do we track? We have daily targets. Like for example, on 6th of June, you are going to cover these 2 videos. Right? On 7th of June, you are going to cover these videos. So I am making a fine-grained plan for you guys, what need to be covered in which day. And in between, we have some review days as well. You are expected to go through these videos. I already have very well defined, very detailed video. You will not see anywhere else. Right? Go through them, get prepared for the session, and then only come. Don't come blank in the sessions. That's not going to work out. Right? I'm expecting you. The motivation should come within you. Always you need to get prepared, go through all the videos, then come to me. I'm going to check it in the background. Who is attending what? Right? So I have a tracker. I am also tracking it on the tool by itself. All the video, make sure after you read it, mark it as complete, so that I am able to track it. All right? So that is one part. You are going to go through those videos. Second thing is, it is expected that you cover 10 to 15 pages per day from your CISSP version 9. Now, this may be a little boring for you guys, but please, I will tell you how to go through book. In any subsequent sessions, right? I will also tell you how to proceed and read these books, right? So that's very important. And you know, CISSP Exam Engine is already included with your training. You don't need to pay any extra for that. It's a third-party service we have provisioned, right? I will not give you access straight away. I will wait for another 1 week or maybe 10 days to give you access, because this access is for 90 days, so that it perfectly you are able to get that access till the last day, right? I will match it up with that. And also there is no point giving access to you today because you have not gone through some stuff. Go through some stuff in these 10 days and then start practicing. So it makes more sense. I hope that is understandable, right? Then guys, this is daily tracker. I'm going to prepare a tracker for this group as well. And it will be, you know, week-wise. You can see here, number of videos, how many videos you watched in a particular day, how many pages you read from CISSP, number of CCQ questions, how many you have practiced, and the total number of hours you have invested in a day. Every day you are supposed to fill it up. Please understand, guys, I'm a very brutal guy when it comes to tracking. I'm going to track you hard. Okay? Next 100 days, it is I'm the boss. At least for tracking, not for other thing. At least for tracking, I'm the boss. Right? And I am going to, you know, say in front of all, if you are not completing your tracker in time. Okay? Be disciplined. Discipline is the key for CISSP, right? You need to follow that. Okay? So next is, these are the 8 domains. But before that, let's take a quick pause here. Any questions? Then we will take a short break also, and then we'll come back. And then we also have, I think, Jack with us now. So we have somebody who recently cleared CISSP certification, and she is here to motivate you guys. Okay. I think we forgot to invite some other guys also, right? That would have even helped you more. They all people are part of the same group. The same group is filled with so many CISSPs now. So guys, feel free to ask for any help you want from all of us. I am not the only person who is there to help you. There are other people also who are CISSP certified and there to help you. I am just that I am little senior. That's all. Okay, I am opening this session for any kind of questions you may have. And then we'll take on presentation later.
Sir, one quick question, Nilesh here. Hello, am I audible?
Go ahead, sir. Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. So in one of your slide where you mentioned CCure question has to be, we have access to CCure question and we will be resolving that. So let's say we completed the security fundamental, video, and we already, read, we will also read the 10 to 15 pages every day. So at the same time, we have to practice the question from CCure, or how is it?
That is what I am doing now. See, this is day number 1. Tomorrow is your day number 1, right? Straight away going for those questions doesn't make much sense. So let us read something, let us accumulate and learn something, and then we will go for the questions. So what will happen is, after those 10 days, every day you are going to practice 20 to 30 questions.
Okay.
From CCQ, right? So you are also validating whatever you learned. Okay, and that will help.
Okay,
If
so
you guys want a quick walkthrough, I can give you, but let's take a quick break. I don't want to, make you bored till the core. So we'll take a quick 5 minutes break also. But before that, feel free to ask me questions.
So as a basis, if I am going to commit to this, right, I also want to know, like, how much time do you think each of us have to spend each day on?
Excellent question. Excellent question. So I expect at least 2 hours per day, but slowly it will go more.
Okay.
It will go to the extent of 4 to 5 hours, and you can read more on weekends.
Okay.
So, it also depends on how smartly you go through this. Some people, they are just, highlighting every word in the book. It depends. Different people do it differently, right? But I can promise you one thing, after you go through my videos, this will make your life very easy when you go and read things. So first you go through my videos and then go to book. Don't go to the book straight away, because there is a risk. If you are not able to comprehend it rightly, the concept, it will retain with you for long, right? It may retain with you for the entire life, and you keep repeating those mistakes. So please go and read my videos, see my videos first, then go to book. And it will be, promise me, it is going to be faster than.
Hi Manoj, this is Padmaja.
Hi.
A very basic question regarding the endorsements. Basically, I've been working on contracts with the companies. So do we have a company to tell like where we have worked and all that, or maybe the manager? So how it goes with who work on contracts?
You have some good relationship with one of them.
Yeah.
He will plan for you.
Actually, so do I need to be an employee in their company or something like that?
You can mention contract, that's fine.
Okay.
But somebody should be able to say, yes, she did the contract here with us.
Yeah, definitely. That can be.
That should be fine.
Okay. Sorry. When we'll get this plan, Manoj, which you have just showcased, no?
Yeah, I will share it by the end of the day, at least for domain 1. I'm still working on this, and maybe hopefully by next week you will be done.
Yeah, at least for 2 days we should get.
For entire week, you will get. For entire domain 1, you are going to get for next 15 days.
Hey Manoj, this is Prajit. Okay, so just wanted to ask. So for weekly wise, you will update which are the topics that we need to cover like that for each. Okay. So great.
So if it is more pointed, right, it is always better.
Yeah, absolutely. When you get on a bulk, it will be even for difficult to digest also. So yeah, got it.
I think Abhishek has some questions.
Hey, nothing, Manoj. Just a kind of a layman thing. Someone who is not from the security domain, or someone who has not really put their hands on security domain. So what's your take for those aspiring candidates?
Okay. I will prefer this answer come from my last batch. So if there is anybody from last batch, can you guys help understand if somebody is just coming new to security from a different domain, is this going to help?
I mean to say, I just want to understand the approach, strategy, or probably from your point of view or experience.
Okay, from my end point. Okay. So my approach is very simple, right? All my videos, if you guys already have access, you might have gone through those, right? If not, please go through those. But you will see when we build up a particular topic, we make it from scratch. So that you are able to get the topic first, what this thing is, and then we will start talking about security. So those videos are going to help you to shape you up for that. Now, if you are asking this question from a perspective that I am going to make a shift from IT to maybe security, how should I proceed? Is that the question? Then my answer is going to be a bit clear, right? And then we can have some one-to-one as well.
No, not on those lines, Manoj, but yeah, something from this project or program perspective, like the kind of a level of understanding.
Nothing different you need to do.
Okay.
There is no different program for those people. You have to just follow the same thing each and every day with a strict discipline. That's all.
Okay. 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 Got it.
Manoj sir, I'm Shekhar here. Okay, Abhishek, if I want to add a little more for that, actually, we have 8 domains in CISSP syllabus, right? None of is expert in 8 domains. Maybe 1 domain, 2 domain, or max 3 domains, and we never worked on on all the domains. So, example, if I'm good at networking domain, okay, other domains is new for me. Definitely, I have to catch from the beginning. Take about like software development. You talk about security operations. Okay, these are all new for us.
True.
So everybody, to start with, yes, we have to follow the syllabus, and yeah, the videos are very great. Okay, it just goes from the basics to to the level we need to be comfortable with the syllabus. Okay, that will help us a lot. And reading book is the next thing that we can catch up with the terms and terminologies and the right definitions. That will help us a lot. And after that, the practice will give you, especially the CCQ practice will give you with a good explanation, okay, so that you can make a right choice, right decision when you are answering the question.
Got it. Yep.
Excuse me, please allow Chehak to speak out, as she may be having some other commitment after half an hour.
Hey, sorry, ma'am. I forgot. Hi, Chehak.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Yeah, Chehak, thanks for joining again. We have a new group with us, and you recently got CISSP certified, right? Wanted to, learn a little bit more from you and get the good motivation.
I have learned from you.
So I request you guys, if you all can come on videos, we are going to celebrate success for Chehak. That will be a good, thing for her. So request all of you, please come on videos if you can. So it might be a repetition, Chehak, for you, because yesterday also you joined and motivated the older group. Here the people are first time they're coming to the group. They would like to understand the strategy and how it happened with you. So if you can explain a little bit to them, that would be great.
First of all, hi everyone. Welcome to CyberNose, and it is like a family now. Like I started my CISSP journey year and a half ago, and like I followed everything what sir told me. Like first of all, I was in a dilemma that what certification exam to choose, and then like what place to get the training from. And when I came in contact with Manoj sir on LinkedIn, so it was like he is the right guru for me who can make me pass CISSP. So you'll find a lot of things on the internet, and you'll find a lot of places who are giving you guarantee and everything. But trust me, I have tried like every resource, but what I found the best was Cybernose and Manoj sir, because CISSP is not like your 11th or 12th exams, like you have one formula of integration or differentiation, and you'll apply the same trigonometry formula and you'll get your answer. No. There are like many places you'll find that, okay, if you find this word in question, this is your answer. If you find this line in the question, this is your answer. It doesn't work that way. Trust me, it does not work that way. There are no shortcuts to clearing this exam, and that is why this exam has a lot of importance and value, because it tests your actual knowledge, your thinking, rather than seeing that, okay, how correctly you're answering the questions, right? This is not how it works. So I would suggest that you can trust him blindly, because I trusted sir blindly, and whatever he told me, when you're ready to do the questions, when you are ready to switch the book, like you're doing cybex, now you're ready to do CBK, you're ready to do what other book. So just trust him. And it is like, as he said before, it is like a journey. So right now, at this point in time, you do not need to worry about how the exam would be, how many things would be there, how would I be able to do that. Right now, it is not the right time to think about all those things. So just take your first step, and rest of the journey will follow you, right? So it's like a flow. You don't climb the 10th stair straight away. You don't make that jump, right? So you have to go step by step, because that is the correct way to do it. And secondly, and the most important thing is, like, be confident. Don't take any stress that, oh, exam hai, I have to clear this exam, I have to clear this exam. No, don't do that. Keep calm, keep composed, be positive, be happy, and just trust sir and trust Cybernose, because he knows that, see, everyone is different. Our capabilities, our speed, everything is different. And you can contact sir anytime, that, okay, I have, I'm still not comfortable with this domain, or I need some more time. He'll guide you. One-on-one, that, for you, this is okay, or for you, this is okay. So he knows you better. He's a great mentor. He's a great teacher. And if I could do it, I believe anyone can do it. And don't get demotivated if you get, a few questions wrong or something like that. But no, just trust him, trust yourself. That is also very important. Trust your common sense, trust your knowledge, and keep faith. Don't don't try to cook things fastly. Just give them time to absorb. And yeah, that's it. So don't hurry up in anything. So that is what I wanted to share with all of you.
Great, Jack. Guys, feel free to ask her any question if you have, related to this. Or anyways, I am always there. Jack will also be there, part of the group, always to, help everyone there in the group.
So out of the eight domains, I would say that I am, like, my work is in domain 1 and domain 5. So if you have any questions from those two domains, I'm gonna help you there. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Chehek.
Yeah.
It's very nice of you to share your experiences, and congratulations on your successfully passing the CISSP.
Thank you so much.
Okay, guys, any questions? I think Abhishek has one question. I think he has raised hand, right? Hey, Abhishek, you are on mute, I believe.
Hey, no, no, Manoj. I think it was not lowered down. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No problem. No problem.
Sir, I have a question, if I may. Just wanted to ask, what is the, should we first start studying? There were two sets of videos. I could see. One was a whiteboard videos and the other was more, more like a presentation based video. So which one should we start off with first?
Yeah, so let me share my screen again, guys.
Yes.
Even though I am working on this, it's not complete.
I'm so sorry if I'm
No,
preempting.
not a problem, not a problem. I think you are able to see my screen now.
Yes, sir. We can see.
Screen available? Okay. So what you see here is a active sheet here, right? So we have two courses now. One is blackboarding session. Believe me, guys, these are not separately recorded videos. These are live from our previous batches, right?
Okay.
Whatever we covered in batch number 22 is what you are getting here. So all that knowledge is already available to you, right? Other thing is, these domain-wise videos are also part of some recording from my previous batches only. What happens is, as a security professional, you also grow from time to time, keep reading and those kind of stuff, right? So you may get different perspective when you go in these kind of videos, right? So what I have done is, for example, on 5th of June, you need to refer both the videos. On 6th, you need to refer these two videos. Then on 7th, you need to pick up these videos from these domains. It may be a little bit overlap also, but I think, right, I am repeating the same thing, I'm learning the same thing again, just to enforce your understanding.
Yes, sir.
And I am parallelly also working to how can I integrate these two. And once that is done, I can give you access to one single course so that you can go through that. So I'm trying to do that also in parallel. But as of now, this is the plan.
So, and if I may, one more, I'm sure you're preparing the plan, but it's just I'm a little curious maybe. Do we start with the CyberX main reference book, which is given?
Yes.
We have two books. One is the ISC Square book and the other one is the CyberX. So, I mean, if I get it right, this is CyberX that we start with, right?
Yeah, because my previous experience is, I previously shared ISC Square official CBK also, but people were not very comfortable with that. If they're going for the first time, they're not very, they're not easily digestive. So that is where the CyberX is far more simpler than that.
Okay, sir.
That is why we are recommending going for CyberX.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Hey Manoj, this is Prajit. So in that Google Share Drive only all these videos will be shared, right?
Yes, yes. So guys, let me also give you a walk through that. So are you able to see my screen? It doesn't, I don't know, it's not reflecting that sharing with me anyhow, but it's okay if you are able to see. So this is a drive which we have, and in this drive, we have shared this with you, study material. Okay, first reference books. This is where all the new reference books are. You can find, for example, CyberX version 9, day by day study targets, all those kind of stuff, right? So your idea should be to go to this, and in this we have broken down the book separately into pages. After you are done with the book, you can also practice questions from there, or else we will practice in some practice sessions with us. Right? So you can forget these questions for now. Once you are done with the domain, we can pick it up, and during weekends, we can go through these questions, this thing. But for now, for a reading target, you need to pick up these things. I think clear, right?
But actually in the folder, right, in which I am seeing, I could see the chapter-wise PDFs and practice test. Apart from that, I don't see anything actually in my.
You are not able to see this?
No, not practice test and domain questions.
Yeah, practice test, and you are able to see these PDF?
Yeah, no. PDFs I am able to see. Domain 177 pages.
That is only required. As of this point, that is only required, because you know what will happen otherwise. Too much stuff also spoils the game, right? So don't worry, slowly I will also be sharing all that with you if you need, but I don't think we need it at this point of time.
Okay, fine. And the videos will be shared after, a couple of days, right? That's what you mentioned.
No. Videos might already be shared with you.
No, but I'm not able to see it actually. Like the folder is like.
Have you visited this site? You got some email?
Yeah. From that email only, when you click that, right, it will navigate you to for that shared folder where I could see practice test and those domain-wise PDFs.
Right. So that is your sharing. That is file sharing.
Yeah.
Now, this particular portal, my website, you are able to visit. Did you get an email from CyberNose for access?
No, there is no such access. I did not get anything such thing like that. Next thing what I have got is like for the invitation for today's video call.
Pratima ma'am, can you please have a check on that? Anybody else who did not get this, access?
Sir, that Google Drive, I don't see. I mean, I did not receive any email on that.
No, I have
Actually,
I'm sorry, I've got the access to the video portal, and I have access to the CyberX book, sir. So I don't have access to anything else. There was one, the CyberX, the PDFs which you just showcased. I have access to that, and of the videos and the whiteboarding videos as well as the domain-wise videos. So I have access to both of them.
Okay. Let me just give me 1 second. Right. Let me stop recording.